I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
And we are about to do part 2 to Vermillion.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Vermillion part 2. There's actually going to be a Vermillion trilogy.
Does that make you wonder?
Some of you Slipknot purists, you're like, ha! Poppycock! There aren't 3 Vermillion songs! I don't live in your world, man. Like, I am outside of the box. There is no spoon. So, you're just going to have to stick around for what the third part of the Vermillion trilogy is. But anyway, we're listening to Vermillion part 2. So we did Vermillion part 1 yesterday. Was that yesterday? Why does it feel like so long ago?
Yeah, it does feel like it was long ago. Maybe we did it the day before, edited it, and released it yesterday.
You know what it is? It's the... Oh, no, I'm not going to say that. Okay. Okay, so... we're doing Vermillion part 2 right now. Now, I know some of you are saying, watch the video. Yes, we thought about it. Believe me, we listen to everything you guys say. You guys are like running our lives right now. But because we're trying to react to the lyrics, I don't want to be influenced by the video. Mm-hmm. Right? And the thing is, it's art, so like, I understand like there's something going on in the mind of the artist when he's writing, but I also think that there's what the artist is saying consciously, but then there's the truths that they say subconsciously that have, I look at art and communication like a what do you call that thing in the sea? Octopus. So you got the head above the water, but then you have all these arms that come out because so you've got the conscious and then you've got the subconscious truths that the artist didn't even intend to say.
Right. But
then upon reflection you go, whoa. So to me, a music video is just like one arm of an 8-armed octopus. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I'm not going to use the music video to interpret what I'm seeing in the moment because I'm reacting at that level. Sori's reacting. She's never heard any of these songs before.
Right.
Okay, so that's why we don't watch official music videos. We did one time.
I was going to say sometimes we do.
And then some band blocked us. Wouldn't let us post a thing on YouTube. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say it 7 times. Okay, so here it is. Vermillion Part 2 by Slip to the Knot.
Dressed in all of me, stretched across my shame, all the torment and the pain leaked through and covered me. I'd do anything ever to myself, just to have her for myself. Now I don't know what to do, don't know what to do when she makes me sad. She is everything to me, the unrequited dream, a song that no one sings, unattainable. She's a myth that I have to believe in. All I need to make it real is one more reason. I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do when she makes me sad. don't wanna be this, but I won't let this build up inside of me. I won't let this build up inside of me. I won't let this build up inside of me. I won't let this build up inside of me.
Okay,
I liked it. It was very pretty.
so that
What?
it's extremely curious to me how many females like this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I go on YouTube, I see a lot of covers of this song. It's mostly females. What did you like about this song?
Well, I mean, of course, I haven't heard a ton of music in my life, but that chorus was, didn't he say the same thing in part one?
Yeah, and
But
what
he
was
used
build-up
it
inside?
differently this time.
How?
Well, this time it's more like the last time it seemed like, I can't even remember exactly how he used it, but it seemed like it was like building up, it was like taking over him, it was like this crazy it kind of had like a manic-y sort of feel to it.
Yeah.
But like this one feels like he's more chill about it, and he's like, I'm just not gonna let this build up inside of me, like, but I'm just not sure exactly what he's saying he's not gonna let build up. It seems like, you know, when you get into a relationship and you have like you'll say, you have all these ideals and like, okay, this person is going to be like perfect. You just think that they're going to be, there's no flaws in them. And then after a time, like you see that, you know, they leave the cap off the toothpaste or, you know, other things. So.
Or they take your favorite hoodie and it disappears after one day and nobody knows where it is. Continue though.
But anyway. So I don't know if it's that, like, is that why he's saying she isn't real? But it seems like he wanted her for such a long time, and like, but it doesn't seem like it's this crazy, like, obsessive, sort of destructive sort of desire. I mean, I don't perceive it that way. Yeah, this part two. Yeah, it seems like he just, what was the beginning?
Well, the beginning to me, she seems dressed in all of me, stretched across my shame. All the torment and the pain leaked through and covered me.
That's totally confusing to me because it says she seems dressed in all of me. So that seems like if you were to be all covering all of me, but then it says stretched across my shame. Now she's stretched across him. I'm just confused. Maybe I'm taking it too literally.
Okay, so here's what I've been surmising based on what our folks have been saying and just what I know of Slipknot in general. So in the first song, it was very manic and crazy, and stalkerish.
Yes.
And so I think the you know, when you talk about her being home forever or whatever in the first song, right? Yep. He doesn't really say that anymore.
So you think it's about the same girl?
I think it's about the same girl, but I think he caught her. I think he snatched her up, and I think he assaulted her. And so when listen, when he says she's dressed in all of me, there's stuff from him on her, and then he's ashamed of himself after what he did to her, and then it says all the torment and the pain leaked through and covered me, which would be, I would interpret as her blood. So he's covered in her blood and she's covered in his whatever.
I totally didn't get that. It was much more romantic to me.
Well, that's why I'm saying this is extremely interesting to me. Now, of course, I could be completely wrong here, but he's a lot calmer in this one than the other one. I agree. Like he's a lot less manic and he's a lot more reflective now. But the way that the song starts torment, pain, leaked through and covered. You know, what leaks through is the kind of blood, you know. Maybe maybe this is saying more about me than it is about anybody. But it seems to me that in the first song there was like the buildup of, oh man, I gotta get this, I gotta have this thing, and then he has her, he consumes her, and now he's dealing with the fallout of what he's done.
He says, I don't know what to do when she makes me sad.
Yeah.
So he feels bad after he did it, is what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I just thought it was that he had these ideals set up, and then she's not perfect, she does things, and then she makes him sad, and he's like, I don't know what to do when she makes me sad because I had, like, this picture of her. Like,
he says...
totally different views we're getting here.
Yeah,
You're probably more right.
Well,
Because,
I catch it. Choked, torn into pieces, I won't know, I don't want to be this. He doesn't want to be the type of person, but he won't let it build up inside of him.
To feel bad? So what he doesn't want to build up inside of him is actual strong remorse?
Well, now he's got to come to the terms with that. She's no longer there, and she's a myth. Of course, there are a lot of ways to... How do I say this? There's a lot of ways where this song can be applied in actual relationships without it being, you know...
What you just described.
Literally killing a person. But, you know...
Oh, you think he killed her?
I think he killed her in this song.
I thought when you said assault that you meant like rape.
Well, one
you think
usually...
he completely kills her?
One usually follows the other.
True.
So the first two lines are about the sexual side of it, and then the second line, when he talks about the torment and pain leaked through and covered me, would be her blood or whatever, being covered in her blood or whatever. But what are you thinking?
I don't know. I think I didn't think through those parts because I had my thoughts of what I thought the song was about. I was like, okay, the man has matured.
Well, that's why we don't watch videos.
He's not a stalker now. He's, you know, like he found somebody and he loves this person. He wants to be with her. And then he finally gets her.
That doesn't match the first paragraph.
I think that I just said, I think I skipped the first paragraph.
I think
I was like, what?
I think we're probably ruining this song for probably... You know, lots of people.
Oh my God.
They did a song on their first record called I forgot the name of the song. He keeps going, "You will be mine." Slipknot fans, let me know. But it's another one about stalking a girl and kind of like a really sick, you know, thing.
Well,
but see, you like that stuff.
Yeah, that's not as.
Yeah.
I mean, raping and killing a girl is completely different than saying like, "I want her to be mine." I mean,
yeah, but it's yes, but for some reason this song works. Like I said, this is probably. I mean, I don't know. I think for some reason this is like one of their more popular songs.
It's a beautiful song. I love the way that the vocals come out, the music behind it. Everything is so. I think it's very beautiful, and it feels like you're just. I don't know. I can't describe it. I always feel like. You're just kind of, you're taking a little journey, but it's a comfortable journey. That's why I'm shocked by it being about rape and murder. Do you think at the end where it's saying she isn't real, won't let this build up inside me, I can't make her real, she isn't real, that's the whole like dealing with after, if it's what you're saying, and he did all those horrible things to her, then it's like if he makes her real, he has to deal with the shame and everything that, you know, the guilt of what he did, so he doesn't want her to be real for that?
Well, that's where I was going to go was... that I think there are more than one way to apply this song to real life without actually raping and murdering a person. Like, for example, there's a story in the Bible about this guy, Amnon, and he falls in love with his half-sister.
Tamar.
Some really crazy stories in the Bible.
It's funny, I thought of Tamar and I thought of Delilah.
Yeah. So it says that he basically became, like, feverishly in love with her, like, he became obsessed by her.
Right.
And basically, the Bible says he couldn't take his mind off of his sister, which he's portrayed as a bad guy. But basically, he hatches this plan to snatch her, and he takes her. So, like, the first half of the story is...
Doesn't he trick her? Like, he's
he
sick
tricks,
in the
oh,
bed,
I'm sick,
and I need
come
her to
help
come
me,
help
blah, blah,
feed
blah.
me. And...
So what happens is, like, the first half of the story kind of functions as part one, where you have this, like, obsessive drive to be with the person. And then what happens is he snatches her, he takes her, he assaults her, and then it says, the love which he had for her
turned to
hate immediately. And so when I say, like, there's a way to apply this song in real life where, like, oh, you take the person and you just consume them. You know what I mean? And then you consume them, and then after that, you're like, ugh. You know? And so... In this song, like, he's just consumed her, I think, in the first verse, right? And then he's like, But by the end of the song, he's saying she's not real because after he's done with her, like what he thought she was gonna do for him wasn't done for him. And so when it says, "I won't let this build up inside of me," I think that his desire is gonna pop up again for somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So because he just consumed her and it didn't work, and he's like, "Oh, she's not real," then he goes back to where he was in the first song, which is that need that he had to consume her is coming back again, and he's saying, "Oh, I won't let it build up inside of me." But there's nothing in the song that says that he's progressed beyond that point.
Well, yeah, but he's just so mad chill when he's doing it that you think that, okay, he's mature now. I catch in my throat, choke, turn into pieces. I won't. No, I don't want to be this. I mean, I don't want to be this. If you're going by what you're saying, he's saying he doesn't want to be the type of person that would do such a thing. But what is that? I catch in my throat, choke.
Well, you know how your throat catches when you're about to cry
yeah,
or whatever.
But torn into pieces?
Well, he tore her into pieces, you know, basically. And his dream of what this girl was going to be.
So it's probably the girl,
Yeah.
Oh,
I think this is like, you know, it's interesting where in the Lamb of God song, 11th Hour, alcohol was conceived as a woman or personified as a woman. You know, this dark mistress of many, beholden to none.
Yep.
And so the nature of the addiction to alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's people who are addicted to their ideal of a person and are addicted to consuming people. So, like, some people are addicted to consuming alcohol, and we go, "Oh, that guy's terrible." But there are people that are, like, addicted to consuming people.
Mm-hmm. And
so what happens is you know, like, if a person's, like, jonesing for alcohol, right? They're like, "I need a drink. And then they get their drink, they're kind of calm. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he's calm in this song isn't necessarily a good thing, you know, because he's got the after effect. But by the end of the song, it's kind of like it's building up again, though. And you can see that it's building up again. And he's trying to, like, suppress it. But then he's saying she isn't real. It's basically like, okay, she didn't do it for me. She didn't do it. She didn't, you know. So, but then because the question in both of these songs is, what is this? When it says, "I won't let this build up." So, what is the this?
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't he say something about, in the other one, that we kind of got the concept that what was building up inside of him might have been something of himself? It was like that. It was like a selfishness or something like that.
His obligation to himself to fulfill his own desires, right?
Wow.
And he says, you know, I exist only to obligate myself or whatever.
That's great. I like my version better.
Yeah, your version's but what's interesting.
I don't necessarily think my version's right. I just think that I like my version better.
So give me a 2-minute thing on what is your version again?
So my version is just that it's a girl that he wants, and he sees her and, like, he desires her, and then. But he doesn't want to be psychotic like he was in the last one. So he's like, I'm not going to let it build up inside of me. Like, you know, like, and the whole she isn't real part, like, he's got these ideals of, like, because when you see somebody, just right when you first see them, you're like, oh my gosh. And then, like, there's all these views and perceptions of them, but you don't actually know who they are until you get to know them. So as he's getting to know he's realizing, she's not perfect. And she makes him sad, which he probably didn't expect her to make him sad because he, like, wanted her and desired her and stuff. And then all of a sudden, now that he's knowing her, she makes him sad or breaks his heart or whatever, different ways. But he's like... But
they're going to work it out.
Yeah, and he's not going to... They're going to work it out. Pat my head.
You know why? You know why you're saying this because...
I know why I'm saying it.
I know why you're saying it.
Tell me and I'll tell you if you're right.
No, I know.
Tell me.
Well, because... And we shared this with everybody last time, that you're kind of more the obsessive... maniacal kind of Vermillion Part 1 personality, so you really relate to the singer here. You relate to Corey here, so you don't want to be a killer or consumer.
No.
So now you're basically saying, I'm gonna find a way to live with my addiction.
You're wrong. That's not what I was thinking.
Well, I'm wrong. Okay, you'll tell me what you were thinking.
Because the guy that was singing, I was picturing
Corey
that
Taylor.
being you. And that, you want to be with me, blah, blah, blah. But then I make you sad sometimes, stuff like that. So I don't want you to be some crazy psycho like that.
So you want me to be... Okay, so because you're so maniacal that you want me to be maniacal back, and that way you feel that, you know, if I'm obsessed with you and would stalk you, now I really love you. You know, yeah, it can't be that the other stuff... I've got to be, you know, like in the bushes, right? Like I've got to be in the bushes.
No, stop being so weird. No, it's not that extreme.
Like if I would, tell the truth. If I was stalking you in a bush somewhere, right? Like, let's say you were running an errand and I was like following you and you found me in a bush looking at you. Would you be like completely like freaked out, or would you think, would you like outside project, oh, that's terrible, but inside be like, yes?
That's a tough one, because I would have to know why. Why are you doing it? Did you think that I was in some sort of danger and that's why you're doing it? Because then you get 100. I'm so happy with that. But if you were doing it just because, like what? Like you didn't trust me?
No, it's
or,
not.
Well, what would it be? Like, what would you
oh, boy.
laughing?
Oh.
What sort of reason would it be?
Oh, my friends.
Why are you laughing?
There's so many things I could say. No, I'm just saying, like, if
Man, it sounds like this is turning into one of the battle of the sexes.
No,
here.
if you stumbled upon me in some bushes, you know, and I
No,
said,
I feel creepy when you're saying that.
I'm convinced that I'm invisible, right? and I was wrong, and you found me in a bush, and you said, "What are you doing? What the hell is wrong with me? Why are you following me?" And I said, "I just couldn't keep my eyes
Okay,
off
no,
of
you're
you."
wrong. You've totally misjudged me. That's creepy, and I would feel very uncomfortable with it. If
There's
you
no
said,
part of you that would be like, "Oh, that's awesome."
No.
Okay.
And it would surprise me because it's not really your character. You don't know me if you're thinking that. What
didn't say
I
a
would
word.
like better is if you were saying, I said I had to go to the store, and you don't want me to go to the store, you want me to stay with you. That's different. So that's kind of crazy, but I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna say one thing though about this song. Is it true or
What?
false? Like right now, because I'm not.
Why are you making me look crazy to all
No,
these
I'm not
people?
saying you. I'm not. Well,
Go
we
ahead,
already
go ahead.
established that you were like the stalkerish person in Vermilion 1. Why are you
Listen,
changing your
because
tune?
you haven't put out there all your stuff.
I didn't put out any stuff.
That's
we just
what I'm
talked.
saying.
No, we just talked about you.
Yeah, you
know.
have some crazy side to you too.
So there's no part of you that has sort of romanticized the idea of a person being obsessed with you.
No, the obsession, but that was
Okay.
creepy. Bush is creepy.
So this song right here, where the guy was like, is obviously very obsessive.
She's
about this
everything
girl.
to me.
Right.
I don't even know the
It's
unrequited
like a dream that you
well,
can
we
never
can't-
attain to, or whatever.
Yeah,
Song,
I like all that.
The unattainable.
Yeah, I
She's-
like all that. That's all good. She's a myth
That I
that I
have
have to believe in. She's just too good to be true. I like all that's all good, but I don't want him killing her or bushes. Don't do that. That's
Okay, so you want like the second verse. You don't
Yeah.
want the being killed and stuff like that.
No, and I don't want to be peeked at from bushes. That's uncomfortable.
And you don't like the bushes thing. I'm gonna do the bushes thing one time, y'all, and I'm gonna have like a video, like I'm gonna tape it, and then we'll see.
Yeah, but if I know you're doing
how freaked out she is.
inside, I'm gonna be like, what are you doing?
Okay, what do you give this song?
Oh, I'm giving my version of it a freaking 10.
A 10?
Yes, I'm giving it a 10.
Allahu
I liked it a
Akbar.
lot.
Allahu Akbar.
My
A
version.
10?
Yes, a 10.
La.
But I didn't like your interpretation, even though I think you're probably right.
Okay, so Sori's giving it a 10.
So I'm gonna add it to my playlist, and I'm not viewing it like you're viewing. I'm gonna view it like I view it.
And it made the
It's gonna be
playlist.
you. I
Of
make
the
you sad.
Of the millions of songs, like there's only like 2 songs that have made her playlist, and
3.
this one makes it. What is it? Anyway, this is a 5 for me. I didn't really feel like the song progressed a lot. I thought.
That's the point.
I thought
It just kinda stays in that
the chorus was
place.
kind of like, because we had just listened to the part 1.
Is
right
that
before we
typical
did
to
the
do
taping.
that? To take a chorus from part 1 and put it into part 2 in kind of like this different sort of way?
I mean,
Are there other bands that have done that before? I've
I-
never seen this, so I thought that was very interesting.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I said, anytime Corey Taylor does harmony and like clean vocals like this, I love it. And I love that chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't feel like he progressed any. Like, if you look at Judith and then
So it's not deep enough.
Wings for Marie and then 10,000 Days, there is a clear vocal, thematic, and musical progression.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This one was just, I just didn't feel like
Yeah,
he
but
went anywhere.
Yeah, like he
All the
was
Slipknot
so
fans are
manic
going to martyr
before.
me now. They're going to kill me. Huh?
He was so manicky and crazy in the first one, and then this one
Yeah.
he's chilled out. So
Yeah, he's still crazy to me.
yeah, I know. You
That's
see
what it
all those
means to be
things.
manic.
Yeah, I know,
Manic
I
means
know,
you're like
I know,
raw,
I
and you're
know.
he's calm, okay.
I know.
It's
I
a
believe
5
good
for me.
him.
So
Five
it's
for
a
me.
10. So
10.
this song averages a 5.
It's going on my playlist, so thanks for
Going on
suggesting
Sori's
it.
playlist. All the Slipknot fans want to murder me now. All right. Well, Vin out.
Sorry out.
Stop stalking people. That's your
Oh.
problem. Stop stalking people. Seriously, don't stalk people.
No, don't stalk them.
I
but
feel like the bushes. I want to try the bushes.
that's so creepy.